A hot, humid Friday evening. Welcome in to the Verdun Auditorium. It is CEBL basketball, Friday night basketball, that is. The 8-12 Alliance taking on the 9-11 Ottawa BlackJacks in what is now a crucial game, a make-or-break game perhaps, and we welcome you to the broadcast booth. It's not Dwight Walton, it's Mike Shemulewski who's with us. Coach, welcome into the broadcast booth. First off, congrats on winning the national title back in March in the CCAAs. And now here we are, Coach. Ottawa against Montreal, 8-12 against 9-11. It's pretty much win, and you're confirming your spot more or less. You lose, and you're in bad spot going towards the weekend, Coach.
Thanks for having me, Mo. It's a pleasure being here. Yeah, we get a taste of playoff basketball before the playoffs start. It's basically win or go home at this point.
So Montreal right now is reeling right now in terms of how it's been right now and how they've not been playing well of late. They're on a 3-game losing streak, some tough losses. They were up big against Vancouver. But you look at the matchup stats right here, Coach. Look, Ottawa can score a lot of points, almost 93 points a game. Montreal, 86 points a game. If it ends up being a high-scoring affair, does this favor Ottawa in this type of environments?
The track meet does favor Ottawa. But like I like to say, it's going to come down to which team imposes their style of play will be the winners by the end of the game.
Free throw shooting has been a detriment for the Alliance this year. They've had some bad games where they've not shot the ball well enough here. Could that help Montreal? And again, for them in their last game that they had against Ottawa, and they played them twice the last few weeks here, they've had some decent numbers with the free throw numbers. Can that change for them? Because again, if it's going to come down to that one single point, it could be them winning this game if they hit the free throws.
Yeah, you don't want to lose it. You don't want to leave points off the board at the end of the game. Free throws, limit your turnovers. You want to have an equal amount of shots, if not more. And if you're getting free throws, it's the highest after the layup. It's the highest analytical basket in the pros, so you can't leave points off the board.
And just about 10 days ago, Montreal got throttled by Ottawa in the nation's capital, where they lost rather easily here. And again, you look at Ottawa, they had a field day of points here. And a guy that we talk about, Javonte Smart, was phenomenal early this year, scoring 38 when they went on a 3-point barrage. And as you see, look, they were running and gunning, and they hit the 104-point mark against Montreal. We look at it now for this situation for the Alliance, Coach, in this scenario. They've lost, again, a lot of games by a bucket, 3 or 2 points or less. And does that weigh on a team when you're that close but can't close it out or get that knockout blow going towards a critical portion of this game?
Yeah, human nature translates to all levels. Yeah, they're pros. They're human as well. I think that showed in their last game. That's the outlier. So many nail biters that didn't go your way, and then the last game it's an exception. Like they didn't show out very well. So it can get to you. You got to do the best you can to turn the page, have a short-term memory, and move on to the next possession, move on to the next game, next quarter, and so forth.
Well, we'll see what happens next year. Coming up next, we'll talk to Coach Jermaine Small with Cabino Duro. Stay tuned here. You watch CBL live on CBL Plus, YouTube, CBC Gem, listening to TSN 690. Friday Night Ball from Verdun, Quebec. Welcome back here. Mike Shamilewski, Kubino Dora Mocon from Verdun, Quebec. It is a big one. Montreal, Ottawa, 8-12 against 9-11. Let's take a look at the CDIC keys to the game. Starting off with the Ottawa BlackJacks coach. And you brought up 3 key points here. And again, limit Montreal to 1, get out and run, and play inside out.
Yeah, so it's all coming back to they want to play their style of play. They want to run and gun. Keep Montreal off the offensive rebounding, limiting them to 1 shot. Get out and run. Shoot a lot of threes, but don't just take the first 3. Play inside out. Try to get some disorganization in the paint before kicking it out for threes.
And 5 for the Montreal Lions. Their keys to the game presented by CDIC.
Yeah, so home sweet home. Turn the page next game up. Take care of the basketball and the rebounding, and in the clutch, play your game. They're getting there. They're getting good opportunities. Just don't change the way you play because we're in target score.
Let's go to Kubino Dora with head coach of the Montreal Lions, Jermaine Small.
So, Coach, I know you have to go pump up your team. What are the keys to winning today?
Just taking advantage of the home court and just hitting first. I think that when we hit first, we play confident and have that 6th man, we're at our best.
Quincy is returning to the lineup. How important is that?
It's everything. He's the heart and soul of our team. We badly missed him, and he can also score and rebound. So having him back is, we couldn't ask for anything more.
Good luck, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Kubina and Coach. Let's take a look now at the starting lineup for Montreal and Ottawa. And we look at Kobe Elvis, Javante Smart, one of the big hitters. Alex Fudge, wonderful year. Isaiah Moore has played Montreal very well in his career. Terrell Tate has also been a star for this Blackjack team. For the Alliance, Osawe, Guria, Doro Odro, Chiquenyo, and Trent Johnson. So Canadian starting 5 for the Alliance coming up as well. And Coach, you've outlined the key player to watch out for, starting off with the Ottawa BlackJacks, and it's this man, Isaiah Moore.
Yeah, so he's a double-double threat, and he just seems to play with such a comfort level whenever he faces a Montreal Alliance jersey. So he's going to be key for Ottawa, and it's going to be key for Montreal. It'll limit him.
And 5 for the Montreal Alliance, you've ID'd Oliable and Quincy Guerrier.
Well, we just heard Coach Small say he's the heart of the team. He's the center of the attack, so it's good to have him back for them, and hopefully he can start where he left off.
Now, from a coaching perspective here, him coming off an injury, he's been out for pretty much 2 weeks. Do you manage his minutes to kind of keep him fresh, or do you go full throttle knowing that, hey, he's that guy that has to carry us to victory?
I think that comes down to the player-superstar relationship. They must have reached an understanding before the game. Coach, I'm ready to play 40 minutes. You throw him out there 40 minutes. As a coach, you do have to look out for the player too, right? For some signs. So right. We'll see.
Well, we'll see what the signs are in this game. Here's Coach Mazzulla of the Ottawa BlackJacks looking to get this another win here to put them at 10 coming into this season as well. In the final episodes of the CEBL season, there remains the unsolved mystery of who will claim the remaining playoff spots. For Montreal and Ottawa, they're both wheezing their way through the last few games. But a win tonight could strengthen their grip, but a loss tonight could be a fatal blow to their hopes. And for Montreal, Ottawa, Mike, it's going to be one of those games that could really set the weekend either in a positive note or a negative note, because they have a short turnaround coming up the next couple of days here. So we'll see how this plays out for both teams. Ottawa in their black uniforms with red trim. Montreal in their third alternates, the red with white numeral trim. Your officials for today, the crew chief, NP Malo, umpires, Yannick Payet and Francois Brouillette are going to be running the show today for this matchup between Montreal and Ottawa. Montreal-Ottawa all-time series, 6-9 are the Alliance over the BlackJacks, and it'll be the BlackJacks who will get this party underway. And here is Javante Smart, who had 38 points, 8 of 12 from three-point range against the Alliance earlier this season. And let that be a harvest of points as well coming in early days in this matchup. First action of the day, in the paint, the twist and turn, and the first 2 for Ottawa, and they're off and running here, Coach.
Nice little skilled move there, starting from the high post, a little up and under for the easy 2.
And here is Blando Chiquenyo, who was a mid-season pickup for the Alliance from the Niagara River Lions. Odro, also a late-season pickup from Brampton, in the lineup again. Johnson from the flats, a reload. Here's his 3. Splash. And a good start for the Lions coming out of the blocks.
Nice little disguise set there by Coach Smalls, entering it inside with some weak side action to open up a shooter.
Johnson had a career high of 22-7 against Winnipeg on the weekend. Terrell Tate from the flats. And a one and done. And here is Kevin Osawe back out to Chiquenio. 3-2 lead for the Lions early days in this matchup. And Chiquenio has assumed the point guard role from Ant Nelson. Here is Quincy Gurry, his first touch on the byline. And he will go to the free throw line, which is a good thing for the Lions. But again, free throws has been their bane of existence this season. So,
yeah, the free throws, they got to do better there. But I really like what they did just there. Just get establish the superstar, put pressure on the defense. Okay, you're going for free throws, but a key player already has one foul on the opposition.
Gurry, last time played Ottawa, had 17 points. And he's had a streak of 10-plus points going on 11 in a row. And hope to go to 12. And Montreal up 4-2 in this game. Early days. Montreal shooting 66% from the line. Dead last in the CEBL. And you see why, as they're 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Here's Alex Fudge with it. Former Tiger, former Gator, and that is fumbled away. Back out to Osawe. 3-on-2 for the Lions. Osawe transition 3. Catch. And Montreal now goes so far 2-2 from long range.
Nice little transition pull-up 3 by Kevin Osawe. He felt in rhythm. As a coach, you like those shots.
And that makes the coach very happy when those shots go in. And here is Kobe Elvis in the lineup for the first time. Isaiah Moore. And he's found his stroke, and he's the one that can pull the strings for this Blackjack team.
You know, that wasn't poorly defended. That was contested. So that's talent beating out good defense.
Had 12, 11, and 6 against the Lions last time around here when he was playing for the Edmonton Stingers. Odro, a big heavyweight, going up denied. First block of the day for the Blackjacks. They hit about 6 a game, #1 in the league. Elvis, transition 3. Cash money, and just like that, they're up by 1.
So blocked shots usually lead to transition opportunities, and transition opportunities usually lead to three-point opportunities.
And this is an Ottawa team that's number 5 in the league at 35% per game. Chiquenio. And the telepathy was not on the same page with Odro, and this goes back to the Ottawa with 7:29 left in this first quarter play. And you see from the highlight here, Coach, the three-point shooting from has been spectacular so far.
Yeah, so the first one was well contested. Second one was a wide open 3 in transition. Those are the ones you want to take away.
Moore will go to the free throw line, and with that, free throws coming up for Isaiah Moore, who this year has shot from the line relatively well for this Blackjack team, and now going to the line for the first time. This Ottawa team about 70% per game. And this Eastern Conference game is presented by Lotto Max. And Isaiah Moore, he's been loving playing in Montreal. Romance second to none in this game. And if, as you said before, he's one of your keys to this game. If he gets going in this matchup, could this be a real problem for the Lions?
Well, they just ran an identical play, a pick and pop to the top of the 3. He made the first one, and on the second one, he's established his range. He just ripped and go attack the rim for foul shots.
9-7 lead for Ottawa. They lost to Scarborough on Wednesday, 113-106. Gurrier from the flats. And the rebound will find its way towards Osawe. Last touch by Montreal, south of 7. So the good news is they're feeding Quincy Gurrier, but right now it feels like he's not in basketball shape, being off for the last couple weeks here, Coach.
Well, they kind of looked like he took the shot that Ottawa wanted him to take there, like a neutral 3, you know, like an ISO 3. The opposition can live with those, so you know he's just gonna have to get in rhythm a bit.
Here's a guy who can get a rhythm. Smart, the high-low, and another whistle and another foul. And right now Isaiah Moore has become the supreme fighting machine for this Blackjack team, and he is loving his first 3 minutes, as you see from that replay coming up, Coach.
So that's now 3 consecutive plays, top of the key. 2 first were a pick and pop. And the third one here was a disguised Spain action where Isaiah Moore sets the screen, but then the screener receives a back screen, and he's also a lob threat, and that's where they tried to get him at the rim.
Javante Smart might be the director of operations But you talk about this supreme machine, Isaiah Moore, he is a problem for any opposition. He's been a headache for Jermaine Small and his coaching staff for the last year or so. Guillaume Boucard. And here is Keyshawn Barthélemy back in for the first time today. Osawe. Johnson from the arc. 10 left in the shot clock for the Lions. Boucard in traffic. Tough play. They're defended by the BlackJacks. And here comes Elvis the other way. Johnson on him. Transition. Moore. Sliding, stopping, looking, popping, no good. Second by the cherry. And that is recovered by Osawe. And we go back the other way for the Alliance. With 6:13 left in this first quarter. Transition. Corner pocket three. Rebound. Guerrier. Fumbling, stumbling, whistle. 6:06 left. And this will be Montreal ball down by 4.
Yeah, so I know Ottawa likes to run. But if you're Montreal, you want to be a little selective also. You want to get out and get some easy looks too, right? And that's what they tried to do there. His shot didn't go in, but they had an advantage on the board, so they get another look here.
Matthew Cleveland in the game for the first time today. Cleveland had 19 minutes of action at 15-3 in the loss to Scarborough on Wednesday. Barthélemy. Boucard, new 14 for the Alliance on the byline, looking, still navigating back out to Osawe. Watched by Tate. Guerrier, the pirouette on Cleveland. Still can't get the first two.
I like his effort.
Part 2, now to part 3. And
Great
part
effort.
4 is good.
Fantastic effort. He may be out of rhythm, but that is a good sign. He took 4 cracks at it. Eventually, Guillaume Boucard ended up with the 2 points, but that's all because Quincy stayed with it.
11-9 lead. You make it a 14-9 lead. Terrell Tate. Bow and arrow on target, and they're back up by 5. And Barthélemy will be at the controls. You're talking about 2 of the top 4 rebounding teams in the league, just over 38 rebounds per game. Guerrier from the center arc, looking for the options to work with. And here is Barthélemy, who is one option. And he gets fouled and will go to the free throw line. So we're seeing a pattern of behavior, Coach, where Montreal is attacking the rim with plenty of confidence and vigor.
So they're also similarly to Ottawa, how they're using Isaiah Moore. Quincy Guerrier is being used as a screen or like center of attack, which frees up his teammates. And I know we're going to talk about free throws again, but putting the opponent's good players in foul trouble is a good thing too.
And we'll see now what Barthélemy can do for this Alliance team, shooting, and don't want to jinx him, 100% so far this year. That's a Mr. Perfect-like effort. And remains perfect on that situation. He went 4 of 9 for 14 points, 3 assists, 3 downs against the Sea Bears. Has a 4-game streak of 13 points or more. And of course, he did get banged up in the preseason against Ottawa up in Quebec City. Missed the first 7-8 games, but has found his comfort level now moving forward and could be an X factor for the Lions moving ahead here, Coach.
Yeah, so he's also very dynamic with the ball, and we have a nice little lineup being put out here by Coach Smalls. He's putting both dynamic guards on the court at the same time now with Blondo Chiquinho and Keyshawn Barthélemy.
And here is Hemphill back in the game for the first time. Elvis dancing. Looking for Javonte Smart, who's been the facilitator to this man in Isaiah Moore. Over Hemphill. And now volleyball off the head and back out to Boucard. And Montreal can tie up with a 3 if they convert. 4:42 left. Here is Lou Williams III. Barthélemy. Boucard on Tate. Around. Going up. And another close rim action for the Alliance, and they can't come up with the goods here. And with 4:30 left here, you're watching CBL live on CBC Gem, YouTube, listening on TSN 690, and also watching on CBL Plus. Right now, the Alliance, they're in a rebounding battle. Not 1, not 2, but the 4th time has been a charm, down by 3. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and there is Isaiah Moore and Cubino Dora with an update on Isaiah Moore, who loves playing the Montreal Lions.
So, Mo, I feel like every game that we work together, I'm always talking about a player on the opposite team who always has a good game against Montreal. Well, tonight it's Isaiah Moore, and he already has 6 points. And shout out to producer Seb, because he gave me this stat. Isaiah Moore averages about 17 points per game when playing Montreal, and he already has 6 in the first 6 minutes of this game. So Isaiah Moore is going to be a player to watch because he always plays good against Montreal and in Montreal. Mo?
Thank you, Cubino. So what Cubino's saying, Coach, is to take him in your prop bets on the over.
Yep.
And we'll see if he can do that right now. And he would be on the over, scoring about 24 a game right now. Barthélemy on the over, and Montreal down by 1. And now is Javonte Smart back with it. 4:20 left into this first quarter play. Mike Chmielewski, Cubino Dora, Mo Khan. It's been all industry with these two teams going at it punch for punch. A critical game late in the season. Cleveland, the fade, smooth, and they're back up by 3.
Decent defense by Guillaume Payen-Boucard. That's just a tough shot.
And now here is Chiquinho back with it. Watched by Elvis, looking for the high-low with Lou Williams III. Chiquinho still in possession, still going. Kick out open, Hemphill from center arc. And the rebound is poked away, kept away, out of bounds, and back to Ottawa. It goes the other way.
Decent offensive set there by Montreal. Well defended by Ottawa. Blondeau, the point guard, did a good job bringing in a few defenders on him. Created an open look for his teammate, just didn't go in. And
there is the Cleveland finish right there on the highlight. And Matthew Cleveland is a guy so far, Coach, scoring under 24 a game. 82% free throw shooters, 7.5 rebounds. This Ottawa team has plenty of quality scores if Smart can't do it today. Elvis. Moore. Elvis. Here's his fade. And he's connecting right now. And so far, Ottawa is shooting the ball very well in this first quarter play. They're now at a 50% clip in this first quarter.
Ottawa's working that two-man game at the top of the key. That they have a good synergy between them. Between the point guard and the screener.
And Chiquinho with the synergy to the rim. He gets his first 2 points. And when you were coaching him against them, I'm sure he gave you plenty of headaches.
Blondo Chiquinho is I like to call him a Montreal legend. He may not have an as big of a name as others, but he's held to coach against. He picks you up. He's picking guys up here at the pro level, 90 feet. And he attacks the rim relentlessly.
As you see from that highlight right there, he does attack it with confidence. And it's hard for a Canadian to be a starting point guard, but for him to assume pretty much the heavy minutes has been quite the revelation for Jermaine Small to have him as a starting 5.
Yeah, it speaks a bit to their depth at that position. I mean, they're down a man, but to have him step in is quite a luxury.
Dubinsky, short on that luxury, and right back to Johnson we go with 2:42 left in this first quarter play. Montreal down by 3 to Ottawa. So far, Ottawa 2-1 in the season series. Hemphill, and he got stripped by Harmon, and this goes back to Ottawa. Well timed by the Ottawa defending, who only gave up 93 points per game this year.
That was a good transition, like a little high-low in transition, just didn't pay off.
And back we go here to live action. Elvis, Cleveland, cash money, and they're back up by a score of 6. They've hit 3 triples in this first quarter play.
So they went back to their bread and butter, a high screen and roll. This time the screener popped, and he was wide open for a catch-and-shoot 3.
Johnson, here's his 3. Off the mark, and Ottawa's on the go. Elvis, the alley, Moore. And he will go to the free throw line, and he was about to become a top attraction of a dunk. And Isaiah Moore has been a problem so far. As you see in the transition play, Coach, they were looking for the highlight rim racker from Isaiah Moore.
Yeah, so Ottawa had numbers, and Isaiah Moore was picked up by a smaller defender, so nothing you could do there. Either give up, concede the 2, or make him make 2 at the line.
And the fluidity that he brings, it's been his own place here at Verdun. As Cubino said, scoring about 17 a game against the Alliance in his career in the CEBL.
We are still in the first quarter, and it feels like he's been involved. As long as he's on the court, he's been involved in every possession offensively.
Scan the QR code and find your chance to win the ultimate CEBL Finals trip, courtesy of redtag.ca. You can score round-trip flights, a 2-night stay, as well as courtside seats to the CEBL Finals. Visit CEBL.ca/redtag for your details on winning tickets to the CEBL Finals, which will be in a month's time from now. Gurry, watched by Moore. The cutter is Williams III, and he will go to the free throw line. That'll be the third team foul in Ottawa. Montreal's got 4 with 1:44 left in his first quarter play.
So as we see here, a post entry to Quincy Guerrier, a little split action at the elbow, screener slip to the rim. Nice find by Quincy Guerrier.
All right, Coach, tail of the tape. We're about 8.5 minutes through in this first quarter play. Would you say that the momentum and edge is favoring the Ottawa BlackJacks?
Yes, I would. I don't think Montreal has solved that high screen and roll, or I would say high screen and pop, depending on who's screening. But that two-man game right in the middle of the floor, top of the key, is causing them issues, and they're dictating pace. They're dictating the game so far.
Well, right now, at the height of powers, Ottawa has been the dictator in terms of this game and how they control everything from jump to present, and they're up by 7, which is their biggest lead of the day. Harmon, Elvis from the flats, high-low again, Moore, denied, part 2 will not be denied on the hammer blow at the rim.
Good initial challenge, but nothing there for the follow-up. An easy 2 for Isaiah.
And he is a pogo stick out there for this BlackJack team. Johnson, the cutter, a saw away from the free throw line. And he had that strip for the moment. 8 left in the shot clock. The jumper connecting, and they needed that, down by a score of 7.
They needed that, Mo. A bit of a broken play. Kevin Osire trusted himself with that three-pointer. Much needed basket to stop the bleeding.
Elvis can't get that.
They need to push here.
And here's Chiqueno, 4-on-3 for the Alliance. Transitional Solway. And Montreal down by 4 with 42 seconds left. And the crowd is feeling the octaves in their voice. And there is a whistle of play here. And this will be back to Ottawa with 42 seconds left.
Delay of game warning on Montreal. That's a bit ticky-tack. You know, there was a lot of contact on that layup. You could have been an N1. And then you get whistled for a delay of game because one of the Montreal players held on to the ball after the basket.
Harmon almost had a delay of game over there. And he is in flight, but got rejected by the rim. And Coach, you don't see many of those. And here is a missed dunk from Justin Harmon.
Once again, high, middle, two-man game, middle of the floor. This time, Harmon, what we like to say, rejected the ball screen. So sold to the defender that was going to use it, rejected, so there was no longer initial help on the ball. He had a clear path to the rim, and then I think Quincy Guerrier bothered him at the last second to miss that.
Harmon has a 10-game streak of 10 points or more, and there was a missed dunk from the backboard camera. And I think Quincy Guerrier made a business decision to kind of step aside and not be a part of the postcard on that dunk attempt.
You know what? He did just enough to bother him, and they went 0 for 2 from free throws there.
And Harmon is a 75% free throw shooter. It's still a 4-point lead for the BlackJacks. Extra pass, Chiqueno in, Chiqueno going. The author, the creator, and the finisher on that. And Montreal now, Coach, on a 7-0 run.
This is a good sign for Montreal. If you're Ottawa, you're a little upset. You feel like you were in control the whole quarter, and then to be up 2 right now, you feel like you left it on the hook a bit.
And that will not count, as Kobe Elvis thought he had the walk-off at the end of the first quarter play. We're through round 1. It went back and forth. Ottawa was up by 9. Montreal on a 7-0 run, and now they're down by 2. You're watching CBL live on TSN 690, CBL Plus, CBC Gem, and YouTube. play on 8 points, 3 of 3 shooting, and 3 rebounds. And we look at those highlights, what he did for this Alliance team. That definitely changed the diagram of how it's been going so far.
Yeah, so that first one is just a broken play and then just a talented player making a 3. And on the second one, even though Ottawa likes to run, as Montreal, you need to be opportunistic, and a nice breakout transition possession by Blondeau found Kevin Osayo on the diagonal cut. Could have been an N1. Much needed finish to that quarter by the Alliance.
Well, he's 3 of 3. Isaiah Moore has 10 points. He's got 40% of the team total here. And don't forget, Cal Tire is a proud partner and tire expert of the CEBL. Shop top tire brands that have a peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guarantee. Shop and book at caltire.com. And right now, Isaiah Moore and Osawe, their tires are smooth. Chiquenho, not so smooth. That goes out of bounds and back over to the BlackJacks on the first possession of the second quarter play. Sorry, Coach, the key for Ottawa and Montreal, starting off with the BlackJacks, what's key for them to kind of maintain what they've done so far?
Well, it's about finding out, was that the end of that quarter an aberration? Because prior to that little run from Montreal, they were in charge of the first quarter. Montreal hasn't really found an answer for that high two-man game in the middle of the floor. So let's see a little more if this was an exception or is Montreal in it now.
Here's Smart. He's got space. The teardrop is smooth. And for the Alliance, what's key for them in the second quarter, down by 4?
So I believe they have a top-ranked defense. You got to be opportunistic to run at times, even though it's your opponent's strength. And then you got to put pressure on Ottawa's defense to give your defense a chance to set up. Like right there, we saw again, side ball screen with Currency Guerrier. Blondeau, dynamic player with the ball, puts pressure on the defense, so it's either a layup or 2 free throws.
And here is Chiquenho at the line. He missed his first free throw of the game, shooting 70%. Had 17 points against Winnipeg. 6-game streak of 12 points or more for the Alliance. And again, he was in Niagara's rotation, was let go about a month ago, and ends up in Montreal, back in his hometown again. This is his second edition with the Alliance as they're down by 3.
Well, I'm sure the Montreal Alliance are very pleased with that decision. He is a Montreal legend from Park X. He's one of the best competitors I've coached against.
And here is Isaiah Moore, who's been the ultimate competitor. The backdoor to Smart. Fudge. Backdoor to Moore. And 1. The air of confidence has been second to none for Ottawa today, and Isaiah Moore has been leading the attack, and this has been dream stuff for him so far, as you see from what happened here in the backdoor move by the BlackJacks.
So it all started by a backdoor read, which broke down the defense, and what Ottawa did well there is every offensive player to touch the ball after that was very decisive with it. No one held it. No one let Montreal reset their defense, which eventually broke down.
You watch CBL live on CBC Gem, YouTube, listen to TSN 690. Right now, BlackJacks up by 5 from Verdun, Quebec. Welcome back to Verdun. Isaiah Moore, so far 12 points, Coach, and this highlight pack would be to die for those who want to be Isaiah Moore in this game. He's been splendid. He's been wonderful. He's been sublime for this BlackJack team.
Yeah, so Ottawa is using him pretty much as the offensive hub. In NBA terms, that's the Nikola Jokic spot, right? They put him in the middle of the floor. Tons of two-man actions there. Defense breaks down, switches the wrong guy off of them, and they play from there.
And you look at the team total right now for the BlackJacks, shooting 58% for the game. Montreal 38%. Moore has accounted for pretty much nearly half the points for this BlackJack team. And he makes a 30-24 lead as Lou Williams III comes back in. And now the duties, I would imagine, Coach, go to Prince Odro of the Alliance to contain, not stop, but contain Isaiah Moore, which might be a big ask trying to babysit the big man from Ottawa.
Well, it's not just about containing him one-on-one, right? It's about philosophically, what are you going to decide to do in all the offensive actions Ottawa uses Isaiah Moore in? What coverage are you going to use?
And that time Tate misses that miscue and by the Montreal Alliance, and back with this Barthélemy down by 5, 8:25 left in this first half of play. Kubino Doro, Mike Chmerlewski, Mo Khan on this Friday night. Odro back with it. Backdoor, Barthélemy. And that might have been altered by Fudge in the air. And that stops play for the moment with 8:16 left here in this first half of action.
It was a good read by that little two-man game there. High post split. Just unfortunate. Late help defender came to alter that shot.
6-point lead. The closest Montreal has been 2. Ottawa has led for over 10 minutes of this first half. Smart. A quiet so far effort for him. Terrell Tate slashing. Backdoor Moore. And he's fouled. Hemphill might be the guilty verdict on that one as he pleads his innocence with 7:59 left in this first half of play. And here is replay what happened with Isaiah Moore at the rim.
So another two-man game, this time without Isaiah Moore. They put him down on the baseline, so they ran a two-man game with a different screener who popped there, created some confusion in the defensive coverage. It led to what we like to call dominoes, right? They had an advantage and they kept letting the dominoes fall.
And right now they're 6 of 10 from the line in this game, up by 7, south of 8 in this first half of play. And you can't take your eyes off of Isaiah Moore. He's been wonderful for this BlackJack team. Hemphill, sidecar pass, no good. Giveaway. Dubinsky back with it. Here's Moore on the gallop. The alley. Could not finish off you. Fudge. And they'll come down the heartbeat with 15 left in the shot clock. Interceptions, Barthélemy, one man to beat, and Smart. 1v1. And he will come up second best on that finish. And first best, Lou Williams III. Right place, right time.
Much needed transition opportunity. You want as many easy points as you want in a playoff type game.
It may be a regular season game, but it has playoff implications. A win by either side would strengthen their conversation to be in August playoffs. A loss would be damaging late in the season. Smart from the line. Confirmed, and they're back up by a score of 7.
So again, another two-man game, this time on the side, on the wing area. Mr. Javonte Smart, very skilled with that step back.
18-7 against Scarborough on Wednesday. Hemphill, late sign, and he will go to the free throw line with 6:48 left in this first half. Bukar will come in. Also coming back to the game is Harmon for the BlackJacks. And with a Montreal down by 7, and you see here on the contact, the century collision was on for Tate, but unfortunately he's called for the foul.
Yeah, it was just a little late there on that charge attempt.
And here is Jack Hemphill at the line, a late signing by the Alliance. Had 7 points, 5 rebounds, a loss to Winnipeg. He did debut against Ottawa. An up and down game. He had 10 points, albeit though, he said, I was just trying to find myself into the conversation of being a part of the Alliance, and now is much more comfortable with his team after a couple weeks with this roster.
It looks like he's gained Coach Small's confidence. He's in early. He's already got a lot of minutes. We're halfway through the second quarter.
Smart. And a giveaway. Bukar back with the 5-on-4 for the Alliance. Hemphill, open lane. And he'll get his first 2 points, down by 4.
It is a game of transition, Mo. Whoever can score the most easiest points usually leads to a win.
Open 3 for Smart. Nylon, and they're back by a score of 7 again. And once they think they're stumbling, they come up like roses on that finish.
Yeah, you can't fall asleep against them. You just scored a bucket at the rim in transition. They come back down. They don't really run a play. Defense breaks down for a catch-and-shoot three.
Here is an open three for Hemphill. Nylon again, and they're back down to a score of 36-32.
Confidence is a thing.
And there is definitely an error of confidence for Jack Hemphill. He is a guy that was shooting on sight. Elvis. Rebound Moore. And he's fouled and will go to the line for this Blackjack team with 5:42 left in this first half, Coach.
So Ottawa, not only is Ottawa's two-man game hurting Montreal, but their attacking ability is breaking down the defense, and it usually causes someone.
And here's the Hemphill conversion, the last two hits that he's had. And he definitely has found his stroke. 5 points so far in this first half of play. The New Era is the exclusive game uniform partner of the CEBL and all 10 of his teams from coast to coast. Pick up your official replica jerseys now by visiting CEBL.ca. And Moore will hit that one to get them back up by 7. Would you say from the coaching standards for Ottawa, this has been a solid road game this first half?
So far, so good for Ottawa. It feels like they can get anything they want offensively when they're running. That two-man game still hasn't been solved, and their breakdown ability is causing quite a few issues for Montreal.
Chiqueno trying to cause an issue for this Blackjack team on the switch. Here is Johnson, post-play Hemphill against Smart. Uses deltoids. Backing up, and the heavyweight can't get that. And here is Smart, the lightweight, back on his bike. Watched by Hemphill on the other side of the court. Down beyond ice for Hemphill, and Smart can't finish that, and there's a 50-50. And this will be a whistle, and this will be a foul called. And you can see the slumping shoulders of the Lions on the frustrations that they cannot get anything against Isaiah Moore in this first half.
So that just is a problem of matchups, right? So Ottawa pushed it hard. It created a cross match in transition. So Hemphill wasn't matched up against Isaiah anymore. So Isaiah had the advantage on the boards.
5:13 left here in this first half of play. 38-32 lead for Ottawa over Montreal. Timeout called by Montreal, as we'll talk about it now in this late stages of this first quarter, first half of play, with Mike Chemlewski, Kubino Dora, Mo Khan from Verdun, Quebec. 6-point lead here on this Friday night, and Lotto Max now gives you even more chances to win the new prizes of $100,000. Every draw gets you a Lotto Max ticket now, and must be 18 and over in this situation to be part of Lotto Max going forward here. All right, Coach, look at it now from this perspective in this game. What has to change for Montreal? Because Ottawa's keeping them at arm's length in this first half, being up by 6, if not more at times.
It feels like it's a little bigger lead than that just because the game seems to be played on Ottawa's terms. For Ottawa, it's simple. It all starts with running. If you take a bad shot, they're running. If you turn it over, they're running. If they get a blocked shot, they're running. And like we saw that last possession, running is not just about taking the first shot. It's about forcing the defense to be cross-matched or not matched up as they would like to be. So it ended up with a three-point shot. But then Isaiah was not guarded by the proper matchup on the rebound. So it's actually an easy rebounding opportunity for him. All that because of the initial push attempt in transition.
Isaiah Moore in this first half, 3 of 7 for 16 points, 4 rebounds. So we were talking about taking the over, Coach. He might get the over on this free throw attempt. The average is 17 points, if not more, if he hits both free throws.
Yeah, he looks very comfortable out there.
They might build a statue for him in Montreal after this game. He might be Mr. Popular in Montreal, but he's definitely Mr. Popular for the Ottawa BlackJacks in this game.
Well, he's essentially taken all but 2 free throws of Ottawa's total free throw attempts. So he's, once again, he's the center of the offense so far.
Scored 48% of the team points in this first half. He's got 18 of the 40. Johnson.
Ottawa showing a bit of zone.
Montreal picked the lock of the zone. A 2-3 for this Blackjack team. Osawe, patience and virtue for this Alliance team. Around the protractor, corner pocket 3. And that will plink off the backboard, back out to Elvis the other way. Cleveland, here's his 3. And the rebound to Hemphill's hand. He's all by himself, waiting for Johnson on the other way. 4:38 left in this first half. Osawe, jab step, looking, going, and in for two. He's 4 of 4 from the field.
That's a much better second possession against the zone. The first possession, they didn't really threaten the defense. They just moved it around and settled for a corner three. This time, Kevin Osawe put his head down, disorganized the defense, and ended up with a high-quality shot.
And the rebound for Elvis again. Open, wide open, Cleveland. And that's 2 missed threes in a row. Hempill rolled over for the moment. Here's Chiqueno the other way. On the pirouette, fumbled, whistle, fouled. 4:03 left. So you're starting to see the intensity really pick up now, Coach. Almost 50-50 rebounds for either side.
Yep, every rebound is contested now. Like it's a playoff game, right? Every 50-50 ball you want to try to win. It's either an opportunity to run for your team or a putback opportunity for your opponent. Yeah, that's just Blondo Chiqueno doing what he does best in transition. He's a coast-to-coast threat. He put pressure on the defense.
I think the expression is Blondo does what Blondo does.
What's that?
Blondo does what Blondo does.
Yep. He put his head down, put pressure on the defense, forced the ref to whistle. Ottawa didn't like the call. We ended up with a technical foul.
Johnson on the confirmation. 4th point for him. Montreal down by 5. 4:03 left in this first half. And this will be Montreal ball on the side out. And they'll get 18 left in the shot clock. It'll be Osawe, Guerrier, Bukal, Chiqueno, Johnson, Harmon, Roller out there as well. Cleveland moving forward here. Open, Boucard, wide open for his first 2 points. And he's healthy for the first time in a couple weeks. They're down by 3.
Good adjustment by Montreal against Ottawa's zone defense. A little more purpose to their offense. Disorganize the defense. That's the easiest 2-point they can ask for.
So Maletic comes in for the BlackJacks for the first time today. Had 8 and 4 in the win over the Alliance. Had 9 points against Brampton, which is his high this season. Here's Roller, former Alliance member. Back out to Harmon, who was in flight but missed a dunk earlier in the first half. And that is pushed away by Johnson as Maletic was the intended target in the corner with 3:38 left, and there's 9 left in the shot clock.
That's a good deflection. It just gives your defense a chance to reset here. And Montreal's defense is very solid when they're neutral or they get a chance to set up. They're a top-ranked defense.
Smart. Idea was there, but the execution was not.
I think he thought he had less time on the shot clock than that.
He had 8 seconds.
Yeah. I think he saw 0.8.
And that is it for Guerrier. It was just hanging, and Montreal down by 1 again, Coach.
So again, put pressure on the defense. Good things are going to happen. We see Ottawa here is they're dealing with a bit of foul trouble, so they have an unusual lineup on the floor. It's time for Montreal to make a push.
We'll see if the push comes now with 3:04 left in this first half. Chiqueno. Montreal slowly fizzing out of the bottom. Ottawa trying to contain that fizz. Chiqueno for the lead. Confirmed. Montreal up by 2. Timeout called by Missouri. Want to talk about him. What's got to change now for Ottawa in the final 2:53 left in this first half?
Well, I think they're gonna get out of this zone because it worked for 1 possession. They stole a possession there, but ever since then it's been nothing but quality looks for Montreal, and they're on a little run here. This time there was a flare screen.
And you see that ball just hanging by a thread on the Guerrier finish.
That was started by dribble penetration, and here was a flare screen on top of the zone. So screens actually work better against the zone sometimes, as we can see there.
So Ottawa will make their adjustments. Does Montreal change anything from their perspective coming out of this timeout?
I think you gotta be who you are. Attacking the rim it's working. Putting pressure on Ottawa's defense, make them defend, crash rebounds, put pressure on the boards. It'll limit their transition opportunities a bit.
Look at these stats right now. Morstel on 18 points. He's got 18 of the 40 for Ottawa. Meanwhile, for the Alliance, Osawa with 10. And there's now 3 other guys at 4 points or more. That's Barthélemy, Bukal, along with Johnson and Hempill got 4 points or more, and Chiquinho with 8. So really, they got bounce attack from the Alliance starting 5, not depth players as well. But for Ottawa, Javante Smart, he's had a quiet 7 points, but he can go off in a blink of an eye, coach, and can get himself 30-plus points, as we witnessed with him doing that to Montreal this year.
Yeah, he's got the talent for it. He's got the ability for it. One thing to keep an eye on is his backcourt mate, Kobe Elvis, is already at 3 fouls. And that can put more stress on other players. They end up playing more minutes than needed earlier. And it could have an effect for the fourth quarter.
Let's go to Corbino Dora with the sideline update of the Ottawa bench.
So, Mo, behind the Ottawa bench, all the players during that timeout were pumping each other up, saying, let's go, we got this, we're in this, and they were cheering each other on. And then when the coach got to the timeout, he started talking to the team about getting into their defensive spots and reminding them of their assignments, because now we have a tie game, but Montreal was up at the time of that timeout. Mo?
Thank you so much, Corbino. Chiquinho, back-to-back threes, and he's become a big figure for this Alliance attack in this first half.
Again, yes, the stats or the highlight will show Blondo Chiquinho hitting the 3. But again, Quincy Guerrier is being used as a screener or as an offensive initiator on every possession, and it's helping them.
Montreal back in the lead for the second time in this sequence, up by 3. That's their biggest lead of the change. There's been 6 lead changes in this first half alone. And if this is a taste of what playoff basketball will be like in August, Coach, we're getting a real treat tonight. This has been punch for punch, a heavyweight fight with Montreal and Ottawa today.
Yeah, it's back and forth now. Now we got a good game on our hands.
Well, you called it beforehand, Coach. You said this is going to be a heavyweight fight, and here we are. Johnson. And a little hook, a little tie, a little arm wrestling going on with Matthew Cleveland and Kevin Osawe. And Osawe will go to the free throw line, and you're starting to see a bit of pantomime frustration from the Ottawa side on the calls going against them of late here, Coach.
Right, so they're kind of, maybe that's what the coach was talking about, the coaching assignments, the defensive assignments, right? So they lost the shooter there, so more than one player came out on him. It left him a little short-handed on the glass. So usually when you give up offensive rebounds, 2 things happen: a foul or a kick-out 3 or a putback.
Right now, the Alliance have been putting in those baskets. They're up by 4. The biggest lead, Elvis and Fudge will come in. No subs lined up for the Alliance with 2:02 left in this first half. So now, Coach, we just say Montreal has the momentum late in this second quarter play.
So the momentum's now on Montreal's side. Coach Mazzulla is rolling the dice, bringing Kobe Elvis back out. He's got 3 fouls. There's 2 minutes left in the half. See how much he trusts his player here.
That's the voice of Mike Shermaluski, Mo Khan, Corbino Doro. Montreal up by 5, 47-42. Here's Solid Tate, the high-low. Moore, denied. Moore, part 2 is sumptuous, and they're down by 3.
Great second effort by Isaiah Moore.
And now with the Lasalle. Trying to get Guerrier in the low block, looking for the traffic cop moment here to Chiquinho, the quarterback of this offense. Around the protractor it goes. Boucard, watched by Tate. And that is nearly given away. And the spin, and here is a 2-on-1. Ottawa on the go. Open 3 from the flats. And Elvis will defer, looking, and he was caught in too much. Reload, Smart from the 45. Splash. And they're now back to parity at 47 apiece.
So rolling the dice has worked for Coach Mazzulla so far. Back to a tie game. Kobe Elvis with a key assist there.
And if you're a fan of the other side, you have no nails in this first half. Boucard, open lane. And maybe too much on that. And here comes Ottawa with the chance to get the lead. The Euro, first class finish, not confirmed. Osawe will get his chance. 2-on-1, Chiquinho, Osawe, Montreal back up by 2 with 38 seconds left. And a whistle has been called with 35 seconds left. And it might have been an inadvertent whistle. There is no
inadvertent whistle here. He's trying to sub in a player after a live ball basket. So just an inadvertent whistle by one of the referees.
And here is a transition play from Montreal. They went from dead to rights and now looking like heroes on that finish, Coach.
Right, a long rebound ended up in Kevin Osawe's hands for a 2-on-1 with Blondo Chiquinho.
36.9 left. Montreal back up by 2. And now we'll see what is in the bag of tricks for the Ottawa BlackJacks. Confidence and anxiety right now. Both teams have been experiencing those two elements, and the confidence of Smart comes up big. They're wrapped by one again.
So Ottawa likes to disguise a lot of these two-man actions. This time it was more on the side, sending the cutter to the outside. Well defended, just a hair late on that shot. Good three-point make by Javante Smart.
The big clock and the small clock identical. 5 left on the game clock to go. Chiquenio, Johnson at the deck. Ottawa at the deck, the Hail Mary. And that will be short. And at the end of the first half, it's Ottawa 50. It's Montreal 49. And we'll see what they can do here. And don't forget, come up to half, the rise of the league with S and Corbina. We'll talk with Ottawa head coach Justin Mazzulla and the first half stats and Mike's players to watch and more here. And with this now being a 1-point lead, this game's still in the balance between Montreal and Ottawa from Verdun, Quebec. And now we'll go down to Corbina Dora, who's with Blondo Chiquenio of the Montreal Lions.
Blondo, your three-point shooting is a fire tonight. How is it working for you?
I mean, I've been practicing it all summer long, all year long, basically. So I feel confident with every shot I take.
You guys are down 1. What did you like in that first half?
I like the way we stay composed, even though they made some runs. I like the way we push the ball. We just got to get locked in on defense. We got to rebound the ball on defense too, and low man on ball side help.
Final question for you. What's the message heading into the half?
Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it.
Thank you very much. Stay with it.
Thank you.
Mo, you heard it here first. Stay with it, and then maybe the Alliance will chip away.
Well, he's been staying with it. Thank you, Corbina. And again, don't forget the rise of the league with S. And don't forget, Corbina will talk to Justin Mazzulla at halftime in the first half stats and Mike's players to watch and more here. At halftime, Ottawa 50, Montreal 49. You watch the CEBL live on CBC Gem, YouTube, CEBL Plus. A little salute from our camera people out there. And a little tip-off by the Lions and BlackJacks. Isaiah Moore, reason A, why Ottawa's up by 1. And reason B, Montreal's in this game. It's been Blondo Chiquenio and Kevin Osawe. Stay tuned. From Verdun, Quebec, at halftime, Ottawa up by a score 50-49. Plenty of jeopardy and intrigue coming up in the second half.
We're back, and you know the vibes. Love to see all of that fun at CEBL game. And you know what? The guy who brings a lot of that fun, a lot of the vibes to the sidelines, your favorite Hoopers, favorite sideline reporter, no matter if it is CEBL or G League, is our guest today, Esper Henny. And when the Henny's in the building, it is a good time. AJ Lawson, who had to take maybe a bit of a scenic route, but got to the spot where he is a rotation player in the playoffs nonetheless.
It shows you that there's different ways to kind of get this done, to get to where you want to in life. And that doesn't just apply in basketball, but it certainly does apply when we look at the CEBL. This is a legitimate pathway for Canadians to not only develop, but also just be able to hone in on their own craft. I think understand a level of camaraderie when it comes to Canadian basketball. That's something that I think not only at the national team level, but grassroots, a lot of people are trying to develop is like this sense of Canadian pride within basketball. And you have that with the CEBL. You know, AJ Lawson is a great example of this, but I would say there's probably like 5 or 6 CEBL examples that have, gotten their experience in the CEBL, was able to turn that into a two-way or a contract in the NBA, maybe an Exhibit 10, and then go on to become rotation players in the NBA. It just creates another pathway for Canadians. And I think AJ is one of the brightest examples of that, but we will see more as the CEBL continues to grow too.
One thing the CEBL has that I want to see in all leagues is target time.
Yes. Yes.
Shout out to Elam, because that ending for me is superior. You did a great video breaking it down earlier in the year, and people can find that certainly online, and we'll put it in the hyperlink of this video. But you've been in stadium, but you also love the kind of the chess match X's and O's of the games. I feel like the vibe in the building shifts and changes when you're getting close and are in target time, but also, some of the mechanics of what teams do changes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the decisions in terms of what shots to take or not take. Break down your assessment of target time and what it's done for the sport.
Target time is the best thing to ever happen to the CBL. It's so much fun to watch every single game come down to a game winner. Every single game come down to a deciding play or a few deciding plays. And it's always funny to me with, obviously the rule is that at 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they take away the time. They add, a number, and that is your target score. And sometimes the team that is up will foul in order to make it so that that other team doesn't score and reduce the deficit. And so this a little bit of like trickery that you see some teams pull off just because they want to gain as much of an advantage as possible. I think that's one of those examples you see of like, this is unique to CEBL basketball. Like even, just talking to some of the guys, whether it's in Scarborough or whether it's in Brampton or Niagara, there's always a little bit of a learning curve to be like, oh, I have to adjust my mentality in the fourth quarter. And I have to approach the game on a possession-to-possession basis versus in the fourth, you might, you see it in the NBA, you even see it in the G League, like you might play preventive offense. Like you might slow things down and try and not score and try and just play good defense and let the time run out. Whereas in the CBL, you have to score. You have to get the game winner. And that part's the best part.
Welcome back to Verdun. It's a 1-point lead for Ottawa over the Montreal Lions. Covino Doro, Mike Shemaluski, Mo Khan here on this Friday night, and we've been going back and forth. The action is not like what is on the court right now. The kids playing as we speak is a lot more intense. And, Coach, so we look at the first half highlights and talk about this. Look, they found Osaway quite a bit. Johnson had an effective first half as well. But really, look at the points in this game here. Right now, Moore and Smart have combined for 35 of the 50 points in this first half, which is 70% here. Can they live by that effort of two guys carrying the load for the Ottawa BlackJacks?
Well, as a coach, you would always prefer spreading it out a bit more, having 4 to 5 guys by the end of the game in double figures. So there's still a lot of time for that to happen. But you like where they are so far.
We were talking about Quincy Guerrier and the fact that he's 1 of 6 in his first half here. But you mentioned what he's doing that's not stats related. What is that, Coach?
So he's still the key player to the game for me. It may be outside of the numbers. What I'm going to say here, it's not going to show up statistically, but he's helping Montreal's offense a lot. They are way more settled down when he's on the floor. He's setting a ton of screens for Blondo Chuqueño. As long as the screen isn't too high, allowing for the defense to go under, it gives those guards some room to go downhill and disorganize Ottawa's defense a bit. And if there's no help, the guard's at the rim for a layup, right? So it may not show statistically, but he has helped Montreal's offense tremendously.
Let's take a look at the halftime stats, and it's almost mirror images of each other. It's 50-50 right now. What's going to be the X factor in the second half here between those 5 key points: a field goal, 3 points, free throws, assists, and rebounds, Coach?
Well, I'm going to say 2 things on Ottawa's side is foul trouble. So one of their key starters is already at 3. I feel like two of their starters have been taxed or leaned upon a lot. So it'll be energy management to have enough for the target score portion of the game. And for Montreal, be yourselves for another 20 minutes.
We'll see what they can do for this next 20 minutes here. Coming up, it'll be the second half action from Verdun. It's Ottawa 50. It's Montreal 49. 20 down, 20 to go. Win number 9 perhaps for the Alliance, or could this be win number 10 for the Ottawa BlackJacks? You want to CEBL Live on CBC Gem, YouTube, CEBL Plus, listening to TSN 690. Second half coming up next. Afterwards. Welcome back here from Verdun. Mike Shemlewski, Corbino Doro, Mo Khan on this Friday night. Halftime, Montreal down by a score of 50-49 between them and the Ottawa BlackJacks. All right, Coach, let's take a look at the players to watch. Isaiah Moore, Quincy Guerrier. They have been very effective, especially Isaiah Moore, 22 points, albeit, though you mentioned before, Guerrier, only 3, but he's doing it elsewhere without the ball in his hands.
Yeah, so those stats won't show the amount of clean assist screens that Quincy Gary has set so far in facilitating their offense. But yeah, Isaiah Moore, he's got 22. He's working on a double-double. What more can you say? And here you have Giovanni Smart working that two-man action, getting the main defender on his hip, and he's working the defense.
So, again, they have been much more effective here. And, again, the highlights, we see Smart being the facilitator and Ottawa really working the edges to themselves as well in terms of how they've been able to move the ball. And there's Quincy Guerrier. Let's go down to Corbino Doro, who is with Coach Mazzulla of the Ottawa BlackJacks. Corbino?
So, Coach, you guys are down 1. You guys are up 1 heading into the third quarter. What did you like in that first half?
Yeah, I think we just competed. We shared the basketball on offense. We attacked the paint. And we're getting open shots. We're getting good looks. We have to continue to make the right play and fight for good shots.
What does your team need to do better in the second half?
Just our communication, just our connectivity on the defensive side, making sure we're blocking out and then getting defensive rebounds.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mo.
Thank you so much, Coach Mazzulli and Corbino on that. Let's take a look at the Quincy Guerrier highlight pack. And again, you said it before, he's 1-6, but he's doing it in other ways for the East Lions team.
Right, so, like, no matter what his percentages say, the opponent's defense is always going to be keyed in on him. So they're using him as a screener. They're using him to create advantages for the guards. He's active on the glass. So again, outside the numbers, he's had a tremendous impact on the game so far.
And we'll see what type of impact he can have in the second half. He 14 minutes in the first half. And again, we talk about not load management, but making sure that he's going to be fresh. And you have to wonder, Coach, again, he's had a layoff of 2.5 weeks. If maybe he might get leggy in the second half in this real meat grinder of a game between them and Montreal and Ottawa.
So for sure, like his wind is going to be tested. His cardio is going to be tested. His legs are going to be tested. So, you know, they're managing him.
And here's the guy who's been testing Ottawa with his legs, Blondo Jaqueno. He's done it in so many ways, attacking the rim and his three-point shooting that first half.
Yeah, so he's always a threat to put pressure on the rim. And like in his interview, he was saying he's put on a lot of work on his outside shot, and it's paying off.
And you look at Kevin Osaway in that first half, he was Mr. Perfect, 5 of 5 for 14 points. He did it at both ends of the court for the Alliance.
Kevin Osaway so far has played with great positive energy. You know, he's very opportunistic on offense. He's keeping his team in it and competitive.
And again, you look at the red tag path to the playoffs, Coach, and look, aside from Scarborough in the East, it's literally one game separating second from fifth. A win by the Lions could put them back in that conversation of second place, and perhaps if they win out their games, they will be hosting a playoff game here at Verdun in the month of August.
Yeah, so in the ideal scenario, you take it one game at a time. You're in control of your destiny if you win out. And then you do get to host a playoff game, but don't look too far forward. Just take it one possession at a time, starting by this quarter.
We'll see what the standards can be in this second half of action coming up here. Corbino Duro, Mike Shemlewski, Mo Khan, a 50-49 lead for the BlackJacks over the Alliance in the first half. And when Ottawa leads coming into the second half, they're 7-3 at halftime. When Montreal trails, Coach, at halftime, bad news. They're 0-7 in games. So really,
it's essentially a tie game for me. So we'll see how this goes.
And don't forget, Montreal's lost 4 games by 3 points or less this year. So they can easily have a different conversation in the win-loss record.
Montreal starting the quarter with a 3-2 zone look, and now they're matched up out of it after a few passes.
Fudge.
They're just trying to steal possessions with this kind of defense.
Smart, watched by Guerrier from 17. Ambitious, rebound Dubinsky, another offensive rebound for Ottawa. That's now number 8 of the day. From the flats. And they're 0 of 2 on that possession.
A good initial defensive resistance by Montreal there. You don't want to give up an offensive rebound, though.
It wasn't as crisp for Ottawa, and Montreal trying to be crisp on this first possession in the second half. A field goal gets them the lead again. Here's Odro. The twist, the turn, and Montreal back up by 1.
A little bit of a high-low look for Guerrier. He didn't get it. They went to the next teammate interaction, 2-man game, and they found Odoro with a high-low seal.
Smart. More for the lead. And a rebound for Guerrier, another one and done for the BlackJacks.
So far, so good defensively for Montreal. This is not the start Ottawa wanted offensively.
A bit jittery for Ottawa. Odro fouled by Fudge. And we have not mentioned the name of Prince Odro, who only played 4 minutes in that first half and was 0 for 1 from the field. Now he's 1 of 2. And we talk about X factors, and the size component for Montreal has to be much more prevalent as you see Odro in the paint.
So again, they ran a little 2-man action with Oduro. They caught the defense on a switch for a 2-point seal. And here, this is another way that Montreal is using Quincy. They're throwing it to him into the post, and he's more of a point guard down there. So they're running that 2-man action at the elbow, that split screen. This time he found Oduro slipping to the rim.
And we'll see now as Odro trying to get his first free throw confirmed, and this season shooting just under 60% from the free throw line. And this Eastern Conference game is presented by Lotto Max. And at the end of the night, one of these teams will have the winning lotto ticket for win at number 9 or win at number 10 of the season for either side. 2-point lead for this Alliance team, and Isaiah Moore got tripped up by Odro, and that will be the first team foul on Montreal in the second half. And for Odro, he was not too pleased with himself on that little tickle.
I'm not sure. He's got to show frustration to put pressure on the referee, saying, "Hey, I'm just working hard here." But I think they're trying to guard Isaiah Moore with a little more physicality and intensity here. It's been a little too freelance or free-flowing for him in the first half. So putting someone like Adura on him and upsetting him a bit could lead to some success.
Turnover by Ottawa, and that ball sent to the Gatineau region of the Ontario-Quebec border. Chiqueno, wonderful first half for the Lions. Osawe was sublime in that first half. Here's Guerrier on the byline, stopping, looking, twisting, turning. Moore walls him off. 4 left in the shot clock. The teardrop confirmed by Chiqueno. Montreal up by 4.
Super decisive catch by Blondo Chiqueno here. A bit of a broken play, but he didn't hesitate on the catch. We like to call that the stampede action, where you're already running towards the basket on your catch.
Osawe.
Don't let the defense set up there.
Osawe. Chiqueno. Interplay with Osawe again against Dubinsky. The hook. Fouled. And he will go to the free throw line. And you talk about lethal weapon 0. He's been that guy for them. And now we'll go to the line once again, Coach.
That's a nice look out of transition. Now you can... They decided to post up a wing. You know, wings and guards aren't used to defending the post up here.
And you see the transition play by Odro on that. And Osawe got poked on the temple area of his face. But really using the angle to his liking now, going to the free throw line for the Alliance. And there's another tech called on the BlackJacks. And Terrell Tate was none too pleased with referee Briat on that call.
That seems to be a point of emphasis for Montreal. Like every possession down the floor, they're testing Ottawa's interior defense. Someone is posting up. We've seen Oduro post up. We've seen Quincy post up. We've seen Kevin Osawe post up, and it's leading to success.
And this boxing match has been successful in this first half. It's quarter number 3, 5-pointing for the Lions. That's their biggest of the day so far.
Yeah, so again, it starts with imposing your style of play. They seem to be finding some success here.
What's got to change for Ottawa with them now in red ink down by 5?
A little more poised defensively. Like, you know, okay, Montreal's deciding to post up different players. You're a guard. You can't be frustrated that they're posting you up. Can't be so reactive. Be a little more poised and calm and raise up the intensity.
So Isaiah Moore was quickly off the court. He has to wait officially for Matthew Cleveland to come back in the game. And now they can do the confirmation switch. So Cleveland in, Moore is out. And could this now be a moment here for the Lions with the big man off the court that maybe they can attack the rim with more vigor and vim?
Definitely. Montreal made their big run in the second quarter when Isaiah Moore went to the bench. That's when they got back and they got their first lead of the game when he was on the bench.
Odro, another block. And the cleanup by Osawe. Odro needs 3 more blocks coming into this game to pass Khalif Young. And that is blocked away by Fudge. And here is Fudge. He starts it and will defer back out to Javonte Smart. 7 minutes left in this third quarter play. Montreal up by a touchdown of 7. Eyeball to eyeball, Odro and Smart for 3. And that will plinkle off the shot clock and back to Montreal it goes. So right now, not the start of starts for this Ottawa team in the second half here.
A little fortunate there that the ball hit the structure. It whistled Montreal's transition dead.
Montreal 8-0 run to start off this third quarter. Ottawa still stuck on 50 with 6:43 left in this third period of play.
Double ball screen coming here for Blondo Chiqueno into a screen away for Johnson.
And here is
fantastic play. Fantastic read.
And Montreal now up by 9. And the air of confidence starting to rise up for the Alliance. Fudge pushed away. You wonder now if Montreal, and they will not get that transition play. Smart. And the rebound to Odro, and they'll clean that up. And they'll calm down the heartbeat with 6:08 left in this third quarter play. Kobino Doro, Mike Shemulewski, Mo Khan, 9-point lead for the Lions over the BlackJacks. Odro, strong man, soft finish, and he's been the X-Factor coach in this third quarter play.
His energy and his intensity have given them a spark.
11-0 run. Tate, corner pocket three. And Odro, another rebound, and Ottawa now is 7 of 18 from long range.
You know, it's human nature. It's a little more difficult to hit open threes when you're down 11, right? It's easy when everything's going your way.
And
this is important timeout for Ottawa here.
Run. Timeout called by Ottawa. 5:32 left. Ottawa wobbling at the knees, and Montreal starting to fizz in this third quarter play. You're watching CEBL live on CBC Gem, YouTube, CEBL Plus, listening to TSN 690. Chiqueno finding Trent Johnson at the hammer blow of Alex Fudge.
You don't just fuel your body.
We're just chit-chatting about LeBron James going to the 76ers, but right now the chit-chat is on the Ottawa BlackJacks here, Coach, and what they have to do. Again, they have not scored a bucket in this third quarter play. They've been outscored by 13, by a 12-0 run here in this third quarter play. And the reason why, Prince Odro has been the difference on why they're up by the score of 13.
So Prince Odro controlling the paint, effectively has shut it down with his physicality and his intensity. And a lot of Montreal's success has started with his overall play. We'll see if Ottawa bounces back quickly here, but the momentum's on Montreal's side.
And we'll see now what the momentum can be for this Alliance team and for this BlackJack team. And here is Kobe Elvis back with it. And bring your crew and experience game day unlike any other. Isaiah Moore from 17, confirmed. Get Alliance tickets by scanning the QR code or visiting alliancemontreal.ca/tickets for the last one against Vancouver on Tuesday. And now will ease the angst for the BlackJacks to get that basket through here, Coach. And a turnover, and all of a sudden, Ottawa is trying to verve after.
Those can cost you, right? An empty possession here, an empty possession there. It could be a tight game again.
Here's Harmon. Here's Elvis from the corner pocket. Curry on the cleanup. Johnson on the twist and turns, kept alive by Ottawa. Elvis, 5-point swing. And now they're down by 8.
Another costly turnover. This time it was a live ball turnover, so it led to a multiplying factor of sorts.
Bartholomew in the game for the first time in the third quarter, watched by Harmon. Saved by Johnson. Osawe inside the paint, and one. Audacious, brave, and the execution confirmed by Osawe, and Montreal back up by 11.
Big time bucket by a big time player. Montreal needed that to stop the bleeding. A broken play again. Seems like he's come up big in a lot of broken plays here. 2 dribble pull up, contact on the wrist, and 1.
And you see Kevin Osawe, that confidence is brimming right now, and he's brought that tempo. And he's doing the talking, he's doing the walking, and he has been all that for the Lions today. As they're still up by 11, and that will be a whistle on Lou Williams III, a foul called. And as a coach, I can see that look in your face, that frustration taking a foul far, far away from your own net on a free throw attempt by your own teammates.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been easily solved with a made free throw, but those kind of bang plays on rebounds happen.
Could Ottawa find the atonement now? They have not been crisp in this third quarter, down by 11. And that is a marché, one step too many. Elvis caught in too much.
That was caused by Mr. Blondeau Chuqueño's pressure defense on the ball again. It can get under your skin a bit.
And you see the Ottawa three-step by Elvis, who was literally caught in too much.
So we saw a very opportunistically dig from Kevin Osire from the corner. He was one pass away, got a hand on the ball, ruined his timing, created the travel.
Back with his Cleveland. Here's Tate. Elvis again confirms. And he is starting to fizz, and he is starting to find it now, down by 8 again.
It's a talented catch-and-shoot player. It was well contested, but again, better offense beats good defense.
7-3 run for Ottawa after the timeout. Barthélemy, Odro stripped. And Moore will be called for the foul. And again, the consolation prize is Odro at the line, and he's not the most Steph Curry-like free throw shooter when it comes to that type of moment. Again,
yes, we can beat it till it's dead. But here we got Kobe Elvis with a contested three from the corner. Yeah, okay, they're going to the foul shot, getting some free throws, and it's not our strength. But it was another foul on Isaiah Moore. And I think if you're Montreal, you'll take that. More fouls on their best player. Go 1 for 2, maybe 2 for 2 this time from free throws. We'll take it.
And Prince and Elvis are having a little chit-chat. And Odro's got the little hitch in that free throw release, and he's 2 of 2. Montreal back up by 10. Kobe Elvis, he's been the talking point for the BlackJacks. And he's picked up his agenda. Hat-trick of threes, not that time. And here is Chuqueño watched by Harmon. 3:12 left in this third quarter play. Chuqueño nearly had a Babby nice moment on Harmon. Osawe.
Post up from a wing.
And he's in a cul-de-sac. And this will be a foul, and this will go against Ottawa. And you have to wonder, Coach, it felt like that Chuqueño was dead to rights, and he got very lucky in that play. And here is what happened.
So, created a little bit of an opening there. The defender did grab him, and unfortunately for Ottawa, it's a bonus situation. Fortunately for Montreal, you got 2 more free throws.
And now the politicking begins with Coach Mazzulla with MP Malo. You've been in that position before in terms of the politics of trying to angle a couple of calls going your way, and perhaps it does happen for Ottawa.
It all depends on if it's done with respect. I have no doubt it is. You gotta work the refs. It's part of the game. You gotta choose your moments too.
Do you have key words that you use with the referees when you're trying to win that battle?
I can't reveal my tricks.
Well, you know, they always say the dark arts of conversation is something to be kept silent at times here, and we'll see now.
Sometimes saying nothing is good too.
So you're saying body expression could be the form of expression.
Good body language. Let the ref know that you somewhat question it, but
here's Williams the third. Strike a pose on that dunk.
Great opportunistic fast break by Montreal.
Scores 3 over Cook.
They should run here again.
13-point lead for the Alliance. 2:35 left in this third quarter play. Chuqueño,
They got the switch they wanted.
Back out it comes to Barthélemy, I beg your pardon. Here's Chuqueño, 8 left in the shot clock for the Alliance. Chuqueño stopping, looking, waiting, patiently fading. Rebound, crash of bodies. Whistle, 2:15 left. And right now, the walls are slowly closing on Ottawa. And here's a Lou Williams, the third dunk on that mistake by Cleveland.
All right, they forced a tough miss. It's always ideal when your point guard actually gets the rebound here, like Blondeau Chuqueño just did. You know, he's a skilled passer, skilled fast break initiator. One dribble, I don't even know if he dribbled, but quickly the ball found its way down the floor for a dunk.
So right now for Ottawa, Coach, what's got to change for them? Because you look at Moore and you look at Smart, they're still stuck on 22, 13 points respectively. They've got an effort from Kobe Elvis, who's found his stroke. But really, it's been going through the first two names of Moore and Smart in this ball game.
I think it's more of a, right now the game's being played on Montreal's terms, right? They're posting up Ottawa. They're attacking. We got another technical foul here. It's creating a lot of frustration. They're bringing it to them. Coach Small said we got to hit first. They are hitting first, and Ottawa's not responding too well to it.
And for Terrell Tate, he'll have an early exit in this game. Stage exit, stage right, or is it left? I forget the play terminology here, but his day is done. He's got his 5th foul in this game as Miletich comes in for Ottawa. So they lose one of their big hitters in Terrell Tate. And now for Missoula, he has to work the mission impossible to his liking to get this team back in, down by 13. Johnson confirms that free throw.
Yeah, so a technical foul counts under our rules as a personal foul. So he's already at 5.
He's
total.
Done.
And that's going to eat into an already short rotation. I thought Isaiah Moore and Javonte Smart played heavy minutes in the first half. This isn't going to help.
And that free throw by Osawa won't help, as now they're back up by a score 72-57. Boucard back in. So now the trajectory and the architecture has changed for Ottawa. What's got to change for them now, down by a score of 15?
I think they defensively they got to up the intensity and the physicality. They're accepting the switch a little too easily, and a lot of things are happening from there. Get some stops, get back to running out in transition, get the game on your terms a little more.
And right now, that's not going on to Harmon's terms on that miss. Williams a third. Chiqueno back with it. Inside 2, 14 left in the shot clock. Chiqueno. And with it is Harmon, and here comes Smart. BlackJacks on the goal. Miletich back. Drop pass Elvis. Elvis, 8th point of the third quarter, and he's been the reason why they're still relevant in this conversation.
Right, and that was, again, what they do best, playing in transition. That was like a secondary transition possession.
Smart back with it. Boucard watching him closely. 1:19 left in this third quarter play. Trying to fend him off. Eyeball to eyeball. Dancing, looking, whistle, foul. And you talk about the cheeky class of Javonte Smart. He used the angles to his liking to go to the free throw line.
He's very talented with the ball. He's very good at attacking ankles. So here he's got the ball. He's got Payne Boucard on him. He likes to shift. He likes to hezzy. Gets you flat-footed and then attacks the foot.
He's got plenty in the bag, that's for sure. Get your exclusive BlackJacks merch now, including limited edition of What the Fudge and the Capital t-shirts by visiting blackjacks.ca/shop and rep Ottawa's team during the playoff push. And right now, the BlackJacks need a few more pushes as they're down by 12 with 1:12 left in this third quarter play. Kubino Doro, Mike Chimluski, Mokon on this Friday night. As Gary will come back in, free throw confirmed, 11-point lead. Out is Odro, who will get a nice respite. And now this changes the look physically of Montreal, where does Gary assume the Odro role, playing inside the teeth of the Ottawa defending?
I think he does. I mean, he pretty much did it in the first half. I was going to say one way when you're a team trailing to get back into the game is go to the foul line. Get the clock to stop. Get some 3 points on the board. Get to set your defense. One way you don't want to let your opponent back into the game is giving up free throws.
And unfortunately for Guillaume Boucard, his size 13s were out of bounds. And so Moore will go off. Fudge will come in. 52.5 left. Osawa will come in for Boucard, who's still a little bit incensed by the call going against them. 11-point lead, and you have to think now, if they get this into single digits, it changes that mentality for Ottawa in that team talk during the third quarter intermission.
Yeah, if you're Ottawa, you want to get it down to 9 or 7. You'd be very fortunate because that was a all Montreal quarter. And if you're Montreal, you want to keep it in double digits.
Fudge. Rebound Osawa. 30 ticks left in this third quarter of play. Barthélemy on his play.
2 for 1 here. Too late for a 2 for 1.
And now they'll go for the 1-for-1. 20 left on the game clock, 8:12 left on the shot clock. And Barthélemy hits it on the clock with a 14-point lead for the Lions.
He is another Parkettes legend, another Montreal legend. He puts up a ton of shots in the summer in his free time.
At the death is Fudge with the double stub finish. And at the end of 3, it's Montreal 75, Ottawa 63. You watch the CEBL live on CBC Gem, YouTube, listening on TSN 690, and also on CEBL Plus. Quarter number 4 up on deck. Montreal up by a score of 75-63. Lou Williams III, strike the pose. Montreal looking for win number 9.
You don't just feel your body.
Well, Mo, it's not every day that you get to be in the presence of a Grey Cup champion. I'm here with Jason Maas, the head coach of the Montreal Alouettes, Grey Cup champion. Coach, how are you enjoying this basketball game?
I'm loving it, loving the energy. The guys are doing great. Looking for a huge finish and a big win.
The Montreal Alouettes are one of the best teams in the CFL right now. What's your secret?
We work hard. We grind. I mean, we're looking to grind for our 9th championship this year, but we work hard every day to get that, and I'm proud of our guys for doing that. The effort's tremendous.
What is your coaching secret to coaching a team to a championship?
Being consistent every single day with the guys and making them work hard, and trying to get connections throughout the building, but having to compete on every single day, every single play, and that's just where our mentality is.
So basketball's a little different than football. It's a game of runs. Right now, Montreal is up by 12. What would you tell your team if they were in this position?
Keep grinding. Every possession will matter. Do all the little things right, hustle your butts off, and finish.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So, Coach, they have to grind it out. That's what Jason Maas says. Mo?
From one champion to another champion yourself, Coach.
I agree with everything he said. You want your intangibles to win, right? So gotta work hard, outwork your opponent.
And Harmon outworks that defending from Lou Williams III on that finish. And Montreal is still up by a score of 12. When Montreal leads going after their 3 quarters, they're 8-3. Ottawa, when they trail after 3, they're 1-9 this season. And here is Guerrier trying to make it 1-10, and now they're back up by 14. Ottawa cannot go basket for basket here, Coach. They got to get some stops.
They got to show more resistance at the point of attack. For Montreal, that's a welcome sight. Getting the easiest 2 for Quincy Guerrier. 2-man game in the middle of the floor.
Here is Osaway back with it. Watched by Meletic. 8:46 left. Moore about to come back in for Ottawa. Small barking out towards Barthélemy. Post play, Osaway. 10 left on the shot clock. Osaway looking. Backdoor to Barthélemy and the whistle, and that will not count. With 3 left on the shot clock and going the other way.
Mr. Guerrier was there a little too long in the key.
I think that's called loitering.
Yep.
And here is the Barthélemy to Guerrier finish here, Coach.
Right, so Another bone-crushing screen by Quincy Guerrier. Ottawa was in a drop coverage here. Keyshawn's seen that many times in his career so far. A little pocket pass to Quincy on the roll.
And Prince Odro, a man mountain about to come back in for the Alliance. He has been the X factor in this second half. Here's Kobylos, who's been the X factor for Ottawa. More quite so far. Maybe the fourth quarter will be his pickup line. Smart. Dubinsky, 4 left in the shot clock. 3 left in the shot clock. At the death. Confirmed by Smart, and that is one of those moments that can raise up the levels for Ottawa.
I've said it before, that's just amazing offense beating very good defense on that possession.
And the rebound for Dubinsky off the miss from Barthélemy, and now this gives them a moment for Ottawa with their run maybe coming up.
Oh, here we go. They got the mismatch they want in transition.
Back with this Smart.
Montreal trying to switch him off to somebody else.
For the center arc. And Will Williams III might be the one who has his blush not spared on that, as he was the last one to touch that.
Yeah, that looks like an own basket.
And that ricochets off. And you have to wonder now if Jermaine Small might call timeout after this.
Yeah.
Fudge looking, whistle, basket will not count. 9-point lead. And Jermaine Small will indeed call a timeout with 7:19 left, and he is not happy with the start of this fourth quarter as they'll call a timeout here from Verdun. Montreal, 9-point lead, and Lou Williams confirmed his blushes will not be spared on that miscue.
That's just unfortunate. They're battling down there. He got a fingertip on the ball, and it went in.
And right now, you see the talking going on for Jermaine Small and his team, hoping to get this, trying to get this going back in the right direction here. Don't forget, this Sunday, the Ottawa BlackJacks play their 3rd straight All-East game, this time against the Niagara Riverlions, the defending champions. Another crucial game for both teams, looking to secure a playoff spot. Tip-off at 3 p.m. East. And for the Alliance, they head to Toronto, the Pan Am Center, to play with MVP candidate Miles Powell and the Scarborough Shooting Stars. Action begins 4 p.m. on Sunday. So really, Coach, you talk about it before, one game at a time, but this has become literally a best of one with these divisional matchups at this point in the season here.
This is Montreal's season is on the line here. Let's not get it twisted. So some guys have been playing heavier minutes. That's where these last few mistakes may have been caused by. A bit of fatigue. It's a good timeout, not just to refocus them, but to give them a breather. I suspect Blondo Chuqueño is back in the game, and he's going to play out the rest of the quarter. I suspect Prince Odro is in for the rest of the game as well.
Let's go to Kobina with a Montreal update from the huddle.
So, Mo, first off, I want to say that Mike is right. Those 2 players that he said have been subbed into the game. So, Mike, I'll give you your flowers for that. During that timeout, Coach Small was really talking to his team about playing possession by possession and taking care of the basketball. Those are 2 things that he wants his team to do, and he has made adjustments by putting in Chuqueño and Odro for that to happen. So, let's see how the Montreal Alliance respond. Mo?
I'm still waiting for my flowers from Kobina. You got it within 3 quarters of working with him. I've not got that so far in 10 games with him.
Here we go. Double ball screen coming into a Spain
Chuqueño back
action.
with it. 8-point lead, so single digits now for the Lions. And that ball is sent towards LaSalle, Quebec.
You know what? It's a turnover. You don't like those, but at least it's a dead ball turnover. They get to set their defense. Ottawa likes to run. They don't want to set too many half-court offense sets.
Difficult spell for Montreal. Ottawa suffered in the 3rd quarter with their spell. Moore. Not that time. Odro, and that will be a whistle. And this is going to go against who? And this is looking like against Montreal, as you hear from the pantomime reaction of the Montreal crowd.
Yeah, so I feel Prince Odro has been guarding Isaiah Moore very well in this second half. It's caused a lot of frustration for him. You know, he barely got him there. It's a foul. He needs to stay composed there. I believe that's only Isaiah Moore's 3rd point of the half.
And you are indeed correct. Still, what it is right now, 79-71 lead, 6:42 left. We're 2:40 away from target time. And Montreal would love to get this back up to 10 plus going into target time. However, they were up 10 plus against Vancouver, and they end up losing that game. Guerrier looking for the outlet. Chiquinho from the center arc. Right down St. Catherine Street, and the tonic required to go up by 10.
Another post-up action by Quincy. Guerrier there showed a lot of patience there, waited for the defense to commit to something. Found Blondo Chiquinho for a three, answered by Javonte Smart.
And Smart comes up with an ace, and they're back up by 7. 6:06 left. And I think Javonte Smart is trying to wake up from the slumber here, Coach. Barthélemy from the 45. Rebound Odro, and that is sent towards the first row. And they want to get going here, but it'll be a double sub as Williams III along with Osawe. And for a long period of time here, Coach, Montreal has gone with an all-Canadian lineup with 5 on the court. And here is the back-to-back threes from Chiquinho and from Javonte Smart.
So another two-man, Ottawa going back to their bread and butter. Two-man game in the middle of the floor. Freed up Javonte Smart for a pull-up three.
Elvis dancing against Williams III. 8 left in the shot clock. Fumble.
Again, Montreal's half-court defense is one of the best in the leagues when they get to set it. And that time it was set. No advantages created on those actions.
Chiquinho on the turn. Kick out, open from the flats. Odro, the forensic finish. And Montreal back up by 9.
That's a simple, get the ball to your dynamic guard. He provoked the defense. He got actually Isaiah Moore to rotate out to Trent Johnson's corner three, which left Prince Odro unaccounted for the offensive putback.
And Odro devours that ball. And that'll be his 3rd block of the day. And congratulations to him. He has passed Khalif Young for 94 career blocks in his CEBL life. And there is a block, and that is a man block right there, Coach.
Yeah, it looks like he made the guard change his mind, actually thinking pass at the last second. Nonetheless, it's going to show up as a block on his stat sheet.
The jumper.
There's again, he made the offensive player hesitate.
And one, and that will be free throws coming up here. And the thing was, the shot clock horn went off. And there was a slight hesitation here as MP Malo will have a conversation about that.
So what happened there was, again, Prince Odro's activity as a help defender. It does leave you open on the backside. Like if someone doesn't have his back on his matchup, which is Isaiah Moore in this case, he just picked up an easy putback with the foul.
So Moore could get this down to 6. 4:49 left. And he does so indeed. And all of a sudden, the nails are starting to become non-existent if you're an Alliance fan.
Yeah, you're like we were saying, be yourself in clutch time. You got to this point playing this way, don't change it. You've been physical. You've gotten under Ottawa's skin. Why would you change how you're playing as you're approaching target score?
Well, the main character vibes of Osawe, Moore, Chiquinho, Smart, they've been front and center, and that will be the first team foul in Ottawa. Again, we're 36 seconds away from target time. But really, if you're Ottawa, how do you approach it? You're single digits here. Do you try to max out as much as you can to maybe get this closer, or do you?
I get the feeling Ottawa likes where they're at now. Game looked a bit out of hand there somewhere in the third quarter. You know, it's a 6-point game. There's still 36 seconds left before we reach target time. I think they like where they're at. They got the playmakers. They got Isaiah Moore. They got a chance.
Does Montreal like where they're at?
They do. You always want to have a lead going into to clutch time.
Williams III, smooth.
Huge
and
bucket.
That will be a likable move by Lou Williams III.
Nice baseline out of bounds set by Coach Smalls. Freeing up the shooter.
9-point lead for the Alliance. Harmon, Smart. He is a flamethrower for this Blackjack team. Dancing against Odro. Going to the left, to the right, open. Harmon 3 left in the shot clock for the BlackJacks. Harmon, and that is sumptuous on his part.
Good defense by Montreal, better offense by Ottawa. You'll live with that if you're Montreal.
Now we're at that point here. If Montreal does score, they might foul right away to keep this at a 9-point lead to target time. We are now south of 4. Williams the third, watched by Harmon. Odro, watched by Moore. Osawe in the low block. Johnson now with it. Here's Osawe. 4 left in the shot clock. On the byline, the twist, the turn. Osawe missing that. Odro can't get to that. And here come the BlackJacks. That's
Ottawa
Osawe
gets to do what they like. They like to run.
And the foul was done in the nick of time. Osawe misses his first field goal of the day. And we go into target time. It's a lead of 7 and the target score of 96. You're watching CEBL live on CBC Gem, YouTube. Listen to TSN 690, watching CEBL Plus. Lou Williams the third. That 3 could help. Will help at the end? We'll find out in target time.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime. Oh, and it goes. Nick Hornby. Here's Oakland for the win. You gotta love a Canadian blues. 2 hands. Me. Oh, what a block from behind. Next bucket wins. Target score time is the best time of a game. The energy, the drama, that anything can happen. Oh my goodness! Can you believe this guy? Big players step up in big time. He is cooking.
All right, welcome back here. It is target time. The target number is 96 for the winning score for Montreal or Ottawa. Montreal in the pole position. They need just 9. Ottawa needs 16 to win this game here. And for the Alliance, when they lead going to target time, they're 7-3. Ottawa, they're 0-8 when they trail in target time. So now we go into this next period of action, Coach. Start off with Montreal. What's got to change in trying to get win number 9?
So we're going to go back to those keys. We pretty much have a dream scenario here. The only thing that would have been better is actually starting with the ball during target score. Ottawa gets to start with the ball. That's positive for them. If you're Montreal, you want to play the way you played all game to get to this point and close it off.
And before we get to Galena quickly on Ottawa, what's key for them to get this potential win number 10?
It starts with a good shot here, setting your defense, forcing a turnover, a bad shot, and just get the game more running up and down, which is to their advantage.
Let's go to Copino Doro with a sideline update.
So, Mo, at the Ottawa side, Missoula was talking about playing tight defense and making sure to take care of the ball right there. They turned over the ball. He does not want his team to be doing that. On the Montreal side, Coach Mo was talking about playing possession by possession, cool, calm, and composed. Mo?
Well, that wasn't a cool, composed finish by Gurrier. Thank you so much, Kubina. Still a 7-point lead, so both teams 0-1 on their opening possessions at target. Dubinsky, Chiqueno on a foot race. He'll get that. Chiqueno will go to the free throw line, fouled by Smart. And that is the hustle, and that is the muscle, and the absorbing play of Blondo Chiqueno on the court.
A little deflection here by Trent Johnson. Blondo, if there's a 50-50 ball in the area, my bet's on Blondo Chiqueno. And Javonte Smart actually had a smart foul there instead of giving up a guaranteed 2. Make him earn it with 2 free throws.
And now Chiqueno at the line for the Alliance. He's on 19 points. Make it 20 points. And for Blondo Chiqueno, 7-game streak now of 12 points or more in a game. He had 17 against Winnipeg, and really he's found the tonic required for this Alliance attack.
Let's see if Montreal goes to their 2-2-1 after free throws. They haven't done it all game yet. No, just straight man-to-man. That's how we got here. That's how we're going to finish.
And we'll see what finish they can come up here against Ottawa. A win tonight can really muddle the Eastern playoffs.
Spain pick and roll run by Ottawa. Didn't get much out of it.
And
I think that's
Kevin
a cramp.
Osaway is down right now. We hope it's only a cramp. And he is in severe pain. And Jermaine Small is looking to see what he has to do here. Osaway still on the end court, and they will have to bring in a sub, and this could be a brutal blow for the Lions if he cannot go the distance. And now they bring on the train staff here. They're trying to wait as long as they can, but now they have to bring on the staff, and you hope it's only a cramp, but it looked like it was definitely something more severe by his body reaction on the court. And in that case now, this chessboard piece, Osai will have to come off, and for Jermaine Small, he will have to go on the bench here and find someone that can be the X factor here, coach, and that is going to be a key point because look at it right now. Could it be Lou Williams III? Could it be Trent Johnson? Could it be Hemphill? Like, who's got to step up now for Montreal? Because for Kevin Osaway,
looks like it'll be Keyshawn.
And this might be a cramp by the look of the stretch here. You are Dr. Shemilewski here. Not only are you a national champion winning the CCAAs, but you can...
We saw quite a few cramps by the end of the year. It was a big load on our players. We played heavy minutes.
So
you're glad it's just a cramp. First and foremost, you want the players to be healthy.
So you have heart surgeons and you got the cramp expert in yourself.
Yes, sir.
Cardiologist.
Yes, sir. And yes.
And you know who is a cardiologist? Francois Brouillet is a cardiologist.
Really?
I only learned that because my mom's doctor is his colleague.
Nice.
Small worlds here. All right, so Williams III comes on. Does anything change from the diagram for the Lions in terms of the player personnel on the courts?
Well, if you're Ottawa, I feel you could put up the pressure here. Put some pressure on the ball a little more. And if you're Montreal, again, run your go-to actions that put pressure on Ottawa. Keep being physical. They've had a physical attack this half.
And we'll see if the absorbing attack can be paid off by the Lions. 5 left in the shot clock for Guerrier. 4 left. Guerrier. Rebound Harmon. Ottawa still in this game. Again, requiring 16 to the 7 points to the target of 96. Davinsky. Elvis. Jab step against Johnson. The byline. Cutting. Smooth. Yes, by Moore.
Good draw and kick there by Ottawa to Isaiah Moore. If you're Montreal, you want to get into your offense a little quicker than you did the last possession.
Test of fiber for the Lions attack. Chiquenio, draw pass. Williams III, open. Smooth.
That is a welcome sight.
Required.
That is a welcome sight. Ottawa almost ended up with a steal in the backcourt. They did not. That usually leads to 4-on-3s, which it did.
Smart with an ace.
Huge answer by Javonte Smart. Again, another two-man action. Got a little loose on the screen.
Montreal needs 4 more for win number 9. Ottawa 11 more for win number 10. Guerrier. And now they need 1 more basket for win number 9.
Great operation by Blondo. Chiquinho in the two-man game. Found Quincy Guerrier under the hoop for an easy 2.
Smart. Not that time. Rebound Alliance. And
you want to push. You want to push.
And this can really change the outlook of this season for both teams. Chiquenio. Here is
10 seconds
Guerrier.
on the shot clock. Doubling the post up.
Chiquenio in. Chiquenio fouled by Javinsky. And it could come down to free throws, perhaps, for the Lions. And you can just see, you said at the top of the game, at the beginning of the game, and here's the replay right there, Coach, of Chiquenio going through. You said it before, this is going to be a heavyweight fight, and both these teams have been exhausted. They have
you can see the wear and tear starting to show. Little stats like Isaiah Moore has drawn 10 fouls. It's great, but that also wears on you. And he didn't have the same output in the second half that he did in the first half. Let's be honest about that. And that last play, again, Montreal went to their bread and butter, posting up Quincy Guerrier, forces the double, Kick out to Blondo, who made a read and put pressure on the rim.
And here is Lou Williams, a third three, and then the smart three. So really, you look at the ability here for Guerrier and what he's done so far. You've said it before, Coach. His numbers may not be as prolific because so far today, Guerrier's 3 of 10, but the little things he's done has initiated the attacking point here for the Lions in this game. And the reason why they're up by 9 and 2 away from win number 9.
Right. His presence allows his teammates to breathe a little bit more on offense. It's freed up Blondo. It's freed up Kevin Osawe. It's freed up Prince Odro as well. He creates a lot of attention for the defense, and it just opens up opportunities for his teammates.
That's the voice of Mike Shimbalewski, Corbino Doro, Mo Khan. And right now it will be a test of nerve, heart pounding the rib cage of Blondo Chiquenho. Against Vancouver, Jack Hemphill had the chance to kill off the Bandits. He went 1 of 2 on the ensuing possession. Vancouver killed off Montreal. But a different scenario now. Montreal is holding a credit of a 9-point lead, and 2 required from Chiquenho for win number 9.
They got some breathing room. They got some breathing room.
Chiquenho. In the twists and turns. Montreal provides another twist as they turn this game to a win of 96-85 over Ottawa, and they improve to 9-12. Ottawa drops to 9-12.
I thought that the tail of the game was Montreal's physicality took over in the second half. Coach Smalls mentioned it in the pregame. When we hit first, or when they hit first, they do well. And that's what happened in the second half. They wore Ottawa down.
And Prince Odro is reason number 1 on why they were able to wear down this Ottawa team. But it felt like Isaiah Moore was going to run and gun in the first half. But you said it before, halftime adjustments are always key, and they made their adjustments that Ottawa did not really adapt to in that third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, they sort of, the score was 50-49 at halftime, right? So they held Ottawa to 35 points in the second half. Part of that was putting Prince Odro on Isaiah Moore to start.
And here is the Blondo contact, and then the free throws come up for.
And I was going to say Quincy screens, the physicality of Quincy screens, and then Mr. Blondo Chiquenho's relentless attacks in the paint just seemed to wear down Ottawa in the second half.
And a sigh of relief for Jermaine Small as they snap this 3-game losing streak. And now for Ottawa, they're on a 2-game losing streak, and they get NRL on the weekend. Montreal gets Scarborough on Sunday. Now let's go down to Corbino Doro, who's with a plethora of the Lions players for the post-game chat for the Booster Juice Player of the Game. Corbino, take it away.
So, Prince, now we can add to your name all-time block leader, regular season and playoffs in the CEBL. How does that feel?
I mean, it's a great accomplishment, but I'm happy we got the win. The win's more important.
How does it feel to win with these guys who are all behind you right now as we do this interview?
Man, I love playing with these guys, man. Everybody fights for each other. We play team ball. And to be honest, I think we have the best brand in the CBO.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys agree with that?
Man, come on, dog.
Kevin, one question for you, Kevin. You went down with an injury, but you played your heart out. How did you do it?
Man, you gotta trust my teammates, man. We gonna get the job done, you feel me? Come on, dog.
What's the ceiling for this team?
Man, the sky's the limit, bro. We're going for the chip. Nothing less. We're going for the chip.
Hey, you heard it here.
Are they talking chips as in the salty snack or the championship? But I think we know which one it is. It's the latter, not the former. As there you have it, the team bond and the team's talk and the happiness of the Alliance as they win this game 96-85. Stay tuned here. We'll wrap it up from Verdun. Montreal win number 9. You watch CBL Live on CBC Gem, YouTube, CBL Plus, listen on TSN 690. Montreal victorious 96-85. All right, welcome back here. Up next, doubleheader on Saturday. We got the Brampton Honey Badgers taking on the Winnipeg Sea Bears, 3:30 p.m. on CBC, the national broadcast. And then wrap it up on the nighttime game. The Mamba, the ever-hot Saskatoon Mamba taking on the Vancouver Bandits, 9 p.m. East, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific on JEB, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. And don't forget, big one on Sunday. These teams will play Niagara and Ottawa and Scarborough, respectively. Happy Friday for the Montreal fans, and they were led by Prince Odro and this man right here, Blando Triqueño, as they win this game 96-85, as they were striking poses left, right, and center over the Ottawa BlackJacks. Isaiah Moore did enough, but not too much, because they came up short at the end as Ottawa drops to 9-12 here. On behalf of Mike Shamlewski and Kobina Doro, wish you a great weekend. We'll see you Tuesday night for Vancouver, Montreal. Bye for now.